What's up, guys? My name is Con, and today we're back with more Scrap Mechanic Nomad Survival. And in the last episode, I built this mobile oil rig, and a lot of people made the comment of I should have the refineries and the collectors in the feet and then just pipe the material up. And I was like, that is such a good suggestion that I don't know why I didn't even think of it. And then we wouldn't have to do this drill stuff, and we still have to make this a little stronger with the pistons, but we can probably get away with doubling it up instead of tripling, and everything will be just, you know, completely perfect. So we're gonna need a bunch more tubes. We also need food because we don't have any food, so we're just gonna keep starving to death, which is just a terrible idea. Basically, what I want to do is rip out one of the stairwells in one of these front legs and see if we can set up a refinery collector system down there, even if we can't connect it up with the tubes just yet, and see if we can get that working. And then if that works, then we'll duplicate it on the other side, and then eventually we'll connect them up with tubes. And, you know, we're only going to do them in the front legs because we don't want any extra weight on the back necessarily. We just want weight on the front. But, you know, we'll see if we can get it to work because that'll be really, really cool. And that would make a lot of sense. Okay, we actually could make some tubes. I thought it took component kits. It doesn't. So we could probably connect this up, no problem. The issue is I need component kits for something. I don't remember what. Oh, yeah, more pistons. Right, we need more pistons. All right, so let's see if we can make this work. Let's grab this. We're just going to put this here. I think we got to move a little bit to some flatter ground. And we also have to find ourselves a rock node somewhere. Of course, it's nighttime, but, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. I actually feel incredibly safe in this creation because, like, look how small the little topod is down there. Did you even see it? It was a tiny little topod. I'm thinking maybe there's some rock nodes past here. Oh, there's a rock node there. That one's going to be... Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of an issue. Too steep of a hill there. I gotta figure out something. This suspension is good, but it doesn't move the whole leg up and down. And obviously building something complicated that would move the whole leg up and down would probably be incredibly laggy. But it would be nice if we had a little bit more leg movement on each of the individual legs. But really, when you drive this, you just have to remember that your wheels are sort of really wide compared to your cockpit. So you kind of have to, like, go over everything. It'd be like driving one of those big fertilizer tractors, you know? The ones that go between the rows in the fields. We are out of gas. Luckily, there's an oil pond there, and I'm pretty sure we have a ton of gas. All right, the sun's coming up, and I managed to spend the evening feeding the cow, so I filled up my food, and I got 2 extra bottles of milk. We're extremely, extremely poor here, but we're going to try taking... where's the collector? I already took... Oh, right here. Here we go. Yeah, we're going to try taking this collector off, and we're just going to see where we can actually fit this. Let's put that over there. Now... It's got to be low enough to the ground to actually gather the stuff, but I also don't want it exposed and hanging out. So what I'm thinking is that if I can find, I think so that's marked with the metal, so that's where it actually is. So I think I can put the collector like there. You see, it doesn't interfere with the wheel, but it's still, oh, I'm gonna have to move some stuff. But if we like embed it in this, right, maybe we can have the wheel, like the collector just becomes part of the wheel base plate, you know what I mean? And then the refinery can be above it, facing upwards, and then we can pull stuff that way. I don't know if this is going to work, but we might just have to delete a whole ton of stuff here. But anyway, we're going to try it on one side first, obviously, save ourselves a little bit of a headache. The whole vehicle's sliding a little bit. I guess I could put it on the lift, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. And then, basically, does that... Yeah, something like that. And there we go. This might actually be really, really good, too, because we're putting more weight on the feet. So if we try and go underwater, this is going to help us a lot. Although I need to make the whole thing taller for that. And maybe we do have to put refineries on all four legs. But let's see what this does. All right, so it looks a little bit ridiculous. But it kind of works. I guess we could move it back a little bit. Sort of. I don't mind that, though, to be honest. The only annoying part about survival for me is I'm so used to other building games where I have an undo button, and not having an undo button in Scrap Mechanic Survival is kind of unfortunate because you can accidentally delete something and you're like, oh, no big deal, I just delete it. And then you're like, wait a minute, now I have to go replace the blocks and reset it up. It's a little easier in creative mode because obviously we have the lift and we can save stuff on it. But anyway, here we go. We're going to just finish this deletion of the staircase. And then we're going to run piping straight up this. I mean, I feel like the refinery might get shot by stuff now, like tape bots. We could potentially reinforce it. It probably needs to be moved back. But if I run the pipes... I guess the issue is going to be the pipes are going to get shot too, right? Or do I put the refinery... You know what? I think we do the exact same setup, but I got to put the refinery on this side, on the inside. Even though the collector will be a little bit further back, I think that's going to be better. All right, so that's our pipe feed up. And then this has to come through and connect to one of those, basically. We can actually have it come up and... I mean, it's an excessive amount of pipes to do it that way, but it would look kind of more like an oil rig, having more pipes, like, actually all over, like, having this pipe come up and then come into the shack here and then turn over and maybe connect to this top one. So it's underneath, like, you can walk underneath it. Let's try that. This might be a total waste of time, but I really hope this works, because that would save a lot of manual effort when we're trying to collect stuff if the refineries are just already there. I know it's kind of like the best part of scrap mechanic was when you get the automatic refineries on your vehicle, because that's just when everything gets so much easier. Just collecting materials, you don't have to worry about picking them up, you don't have to worry about, like, collecting, like, for example, let's say I kill a simple haybot, you know, I have to now go and grab that haybot arm and either carry it up the whole flight of stairs to the top of this thing, or I have to, you know, go and bring the whole drill bit down. Either way, those are both kind of a pain in the butt, you know? It would be so much better to have automatic refinery systems, and I think that is literally perfect. That is awesome. And we can walk, look at that, right under it. Yeah, now we're starting to look more industrial. That's great. And then we'll cover all this up eventually when we build the drill shack. All right, so that works. That should be good to go. So I guess we can just go try mining one of these nodes and seeing if that refinery can pick stuff up. It kind of looks funny, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll see if it can pick stuff up and actually grind it down. Let's start with this really small node over here, right at the edge of the woods. We'll just kind of line this up, see if we can sort of mulch it. So the good news is the refinery doesn't change the footprint at all, which is my big concern. I don't want to make the bottom any bigger, right? We don't want to get in the way of stuff. I totally missed that. Whoops, back up. Let's just back up. There we go. I mean, it does make pretty short work of a node, I'm not gonna lie. Really, the drill bit array just needs to be significantly larger, you know? Like, that's really, it's just gotta be much more spread out. I think we can use the same number of drills, but they don't need to be as close together. Because I think, like, one drill, you know, the rock is significantly bigger than each drill, right? So you only really have to have one drill hit each rock. So we can really space the drills out a lot more. There we go, killed that guy. But anyway, does the collector work is the question. So let's turn all that off. And if I just drive this... Oh, it's too high up. Yeah, see, look at that. This is going to be the problem. If I drive right over that node even, like right over that rod... Oh! Oh no, it did get it. You just gotta be right on top of it. I have a feeling, though, that the collector is literally just one block too high up because we've got that swivel suspension mechanism, and so it's not really gonna pick up nodes all that easily. But to lower the collector, I'm probably gonna have to extend it outside of this brick casing. Because it's already... Wait, does it already impede on the suspension now? Hold on a minute. I think I... Okay, it can drop that way. That's good. Can it drop the other way? No. I think I literally... Yeah, no, I impeded on this. Even this low, oh man. We really, like, it's gotta be, I gotta move the collector basically outside of it. It's gotta be even lower than that. And this is already impeding on the suspension. It's gotta be, anyway. All right, let's smash the rest of this. And let's see. That is a little unfortunate, to be honest. Although it's only impeding with the suspension in one direction, which is the descent direction. So not really, like, that's the direction that lets the front wheels drop. It's not really a big deal. We more or less need the suspension mostly in the other direction when we're going up hills and the wheels. So that's like, you know, it's not as big a deal, but it's still unfortunate that it is impeding. I mean, it's more important that we can collect the resources though. All right, nighttime's falling, but I think I've cleaned up all the stuff. So let's see how easy this is to do. And then move on, and if it works, I'm gonna flip the other side, but let's see how easily. Obviously I gotta watch out for this other. Yeah, see, the problem is, oh, it got some. Okay, it did get some. Hold on, let's go right over this pile. The problem is the wheels are gonna kick some nodes out of the way before the collector grabs them, right? Because of how close that radius is, and the fact that the collector's on the back. But I have a feeling the whole thing is gonna have to change a little bit. I honestly think I'm probably gonna have to redesign the entire front wheel mechanism and have like a whole different set of towers on the front. The back ones are fine, but I think the front ones are gonna have to change. Like, make them a whole longer setup, have maybe wheels on either side with suspension, and do the, you know, the refinery in the middle, and maybe something like that. But for now, this works pretty good. I think too, because the refinery's on the inside, like, it makes more sense, because if we can make a system, like maybe some walls or something, like maybe I should have some walls that deploy on the inside and we can contain the node a little bit more. And then that way all the pieces that get kind of like smashed and it's all gonna change when the drill bit, we need to change the drill bit, honestly. That's the big thing. This does work though. This isn't bad. You know what? I'm gonna switch the other side and we're just gonna collect these last few by hand. Drive over that one, perfect. And then yeah, I'm gonna switch the other side over and then we're gonna go find, how did you end up here? Oh, I probably pushed it through the ground. All right, that is very convenient though. When you're down here working and you can just grab like this and just be like, oh, gotta load it. Perfect. All right, well, I have everything I need. We got the refinery set up down there, but unfortunately I need water to make iron 2 and yeah, don't have any water like anywhere. So we're gonna have to get some buckets, which I got buckets somewhere. I probably should like take the oil pump and, you know, use it to pump a bunch of water at some point, because then we literally have all the water we need. But we're gonna make water by collecting it from a bunch of buckets and sort of filling the inventory with 9 buckets worth of water. That'll be enough iron 2 to get us going. So I gotta actually go find some water, which is sort of the problem. And, oh, fell off. Yeah, I forgot there's no staircase there anymore. But it's gonna work. This is looking really, really good. I'm really happy with it. We're gonna make it taller too at some point. But again, trying to really just get the drill system working properly, really automate that. And then I also thought about it too for trees. It would be cool to have a saw blade system where we could just sort of lay the tree down and then just drive over it while dragging the saw blades on it. And that would just chop it all up, right? And do really, really, although wood is not really a huge, huge difficulty to get right now. Anyway, gotta find ourselves a lake. Don't know where that's gonna be. Literally in the one spot of the map that has no water, which is crazy because Scrap Mechanic has water just about everywhere. Wow. Bet you never thought you'd see that day where you had to drive your vehicle, and we're gonna make it taller. This is not even full height yet. We gotta go taller than this. Not necessarily wider, but I thought about it too. I'm not gonna go taller until I have thrusters, because once we have thrusters, we can put a thruster on the back, so as we accelerate forward, it'll kind of help us keep upright. But yeah, I can't believe we had to go around that. That's so funny. All right, we're down at Scrap City. There's water over here. We're basically at, what, like the 3rd floor height of most of these buildings? That's so funny. All right, crafting 9 water. Well, I guess I could have just done this. That makes more sense. But anyway, we're gonna craft that 9 water up. How are we doing for gas? Got it, literally just sucking back gas like it's no one's business. I drive for 5 minutes and I burn through 20 gas, easy, at least. Like, this thing is a beast. It's great, don't get me wrong. I love taking my whole base with me. Sometimes we get periodic lag, I think because the drill bit mechanism needs some work. It needs to be expandable with less joints, which I think is easy. Oh, there's a, look at that node. That's a nice node right there. That's a lot of rocks too. I also haven't checked the rock count right now, and I feel like we have a lot. I feel like we're probably good for resources. So the next thing to do, honestly, is gonna be take some of those resources and just use it to make a fence between these pillars. So when we're farming, I was thinking about it, I'm probably not gonna put a controller activated fence because I don't wanna lag out the vehicle with unnecessary stuff that moves. So when we go to farm, I'm just gonna park this over the farm and then literally just extend walls between, you know, the 4 legs. And then we'll farm and, you know, deal with that. Anyway, let's grab this node. Definitely gotta fix the drill bit too. Every time it sways, it likes to lag out. But here we go, let's grab this. We got water. That was literally only enough to make 4. Okay, that's fine. That makes like, you know, 40, and it's only 5 per, so that's good. So we'll do that. We're gonna need to make some more glass. I think we need more curved pieces as well. Wait, no, hold on. I gotta delete. Yeah, that's right. We gotta take this off first. There we go. Okay, perfect. I need another chest though. That is something we need because we don't have another chest, and I don't have the component kits for it. So we're gonna go there and just put a chest up there. That'll be fine. It's really starting to take shape now. It's starting to look more and more like a drill shack the more work we do to it. You know what I mean? Like, the more random stuff that gets added to it, the more it looks more industrial, and then the more it feels like an oil rig. But now there's kind of this gaping hole at the back here. We're definitely gonna have a helipad on the back. for sure. This might still be a tree chopping mechanism, I'm not sure yet. But we're definitely gonna need a helipad on one of these corners for a flyer. Yeah, that's gonna have to happen. And then we're just gonna weld the flyer. Like, the flyer shouldn't have any moving parts on it. It should just be 4 thrusters in each of the corners. And, you know, some controls. But basically, always gonna compete with the lag. You know how it goes. It's scrap mechanic things. At some point in time, I'm gonna find a oh, there's one up there. There we go, right down the road. Perfect. Just need to find a single compound to loot. I'm sure there'd be, you know, 3 component kits in it. All right, 2 component kits, nice. I'm literally gonna just try and find a 3rd here and then go off and do, oh, 5 spud guns, hello. Or not spud guns, spuds. Literally enough to take out a single haybot. All right, 3rd component kit. No, it was close. Got some glass though, that's good. Everyone wants glass. What's up? Nice, 4th, 3rd component kit, done. I guess I should probably go check the roof, make sure there's no golden chest on the roof, you know, that's important, every compound that you loot. Especially this one's actually a big one. But, yeah, maybe I'll just check for the rest of the component kits. Nice, okay, yeah, and the beets, because we need to eat. That's good. You know what, never mind. We're just gonna loot the rest of this. I wasn't sure, but you know, it's probably a good idea. Sort of lacking in food, really gotta farm again, but it's not, you know, farming's not that, oh my god, that's a huge rock. No, never mind, we ain't doing that one. What's up? Hey, just gonna go by here. Nothing. Cool, let's do a little loop. Thank you. Anything in here? Oh, that was close. What's up, dude? Another banana, nice. Well, not another banana, but a banana. This compound turned out to be kind of worth looting, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what was that? Another tomato? No, that was a beet. Perfect. Yeah, we need the food items for sure. It's easy enough to get milk. Like, milk is, you know, you go grab some corn, you give it to a cow, you don't need to grow anything. But there's no real easy way to get food. Now that I think, like, is there? There's nothing. No, because the easiest food you have to grow stuff is, like, you can collect milk and you could kill cows, but then you need a cook bot. And even then, killing cows gets you meat, and it still doesn't give you, like, you still need a recipe for it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no real easy food source other than just flat up milk, which of course doesn't really work because it gives you mostly water and not the food. Please don't die. Oh, perfect. Oh, I found another growing location. Look at that. Look at that. I'm definitely gonna have to grow there. I don't even know where we are relative to the old one, but the old one's on top of that really crazy death hill. Oh, and this is that oil island. This is like that like the crazy popular base building location. If you're building a base, there's that one rock there that you can put crops on. You can grow on that tiny little thing. It's right next to an oil pond, and there's no way that like the bots can get on top of it. Literally the best base location. All right, I found a rock node. It's a little close to this warehouse, but look at that one right there. It's got a little bit of a hill on it. Should be all right for us to check. I'm gonna hook up the rest of these pipes first, and then we're gonna just grind away at, oh yeah, let's do the smaller one over there first, even better. Perfect. I really need to expand the drill system out, maybe make like more of a cage, less drills, more, I don't know. I gotta think about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have some neat ideas for drill bit designs, because this one's pretty good, but it doesn't contain the rocks as much as I'd like. Like, see, even if we deploy it down and line it, hold on, let's just line it up. Like, that's pretty good, right? And then that'll contain it a little bit. But I feel like it needs to contain it even more, you know? Anyway, let's just drill away. It would also help too, I think, if the drill was a little more stable and the pistons didn't just like flop all over the place. All right, perfect. Now I gotta go back up and finish connecting. Oh wait, missed all this stuff. But then I gotta connect up the rest of the pipes. Wasting so much food. I only have 2 tomatoes. Well, we're gonna eat both of those. Yeah, this is why we need a better drill mechanism. You waste a lot. Look at that. Look at the blue bar is just constantly going down. You just lose so much stamina doing nothing but smacking stuff. Yeah, we're fighting a losing battle. I don't even know why I'm still mining stuff, to be honest. Like, I built this whole thing and we have so much, like, I don't know how much material we have. Do we have a lot? Where's the material blocks? Fair number there. Okay, let's get this. Need the gas. Yeah, get the gas in there. Perfect. Get more straight pieces built up. For sure. All right, that chest should be finished. Oh, we got another straight piece in there. Perfect. Chest is here. So we just have to flip this up this way. Perfect. Although I don't know if that probably doesn't matter. I think it's the same height. And then we just got to loop this over to there. Now, it'll be a little bit different spacing compared to the other one. This one's actually probably going to be better spacing. No, it's not. I lied. Just because this craft bot is not technically in the exact middle. The craft bot's even width, and I have an odd width space. Of course, I have 2 more curves here, so I need 2 more straight pieces. Can we build them? No, not enough glass. Can I build glass? Okay, perfect. Now we're out of ember. Just, you know, never-ending problem of running out of material. But this is gonna be good. I think this is the solution. It's gonna be nice, it's clean, it's efficient, and then we'll deal with, you know, adding more stuff up here later. All right, let's patch the hole in the floor. We don't accidentally fall through that. Beautiful. This makes me miss the Crash Lander mod where we had those floor pieces that kind of like blended with the, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, there was that floor piece that blended the pipe up. Looked really, really nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move the collectors even lower and like offset them from the wheels, because like the wheels are great, but they do kind of, sometimes if you give it a little bit too much throttle right when the collector's on it, it just sort of, yeah, and even then, like if your collector's lifted up off the ground just a little bit, that's the end of it. Although, to be honest, we can also just, you know, instead of doing this, we can just walk down there. But yeah, I think we have to take the collector and like move it down even further here. It's gonna make the footprint of these bigger, but I think that's what's gonna have to happen. Of course, in order to do that, I need to get more water, number one, so we're gonna have to fill up a chest with water. And then we need to get more ember, and then we need to get a little bit more glass, which I think we have glass if we have the ember. Well, yeah, this is either way. We're gathering materials now. I do like this a lot better. This looks really, really cool. It's kind of proper, but the collectors just aren't low enough. The suspension with the big wheels, it's cool, but it gives the vehicle a fair amount of ground clearance, and obviously the collectors can't have that kind of ground clearance. Or we got to make some sort of a system, you know, because you can't, I was thinking maybe we deploy the collectors on pistons, but then you can't, because then you have to have them still be close enough to the refinery. But anyway, there we go. Perfect. We've got both of those running now. I keep thinking that I'm like gonna jump in the front stairs because apparently I use the front stairs more often than the back stairs, and now I have to keep going to the, it's like habit. Keep literally going to stairs that don't exist. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Obviously this is, we're mining a lot now. I think we can safely say blocks is probably not gonna be our issue for a bit. There's a lot of blocks in there, a lot of blocks in there. More blocks are just going up into there directly. And what about this one? This one's gonna feed into here. Yeah, we're just collecting blocks everywhere. It's pretty good, pretty good. We're gonna have a lot of blocks to play with. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have other things you want me to do in Nomad Survival, let me know down below. I want to continue building this out a little bit more. I'm gonna take some of that metal, finish up this aluminum front structure, make an upstairs for it that has like the actual bed in it and stuff, and a little staircase that goes up there, and then work on the drill mechanism on the back and make it a little bit more containing of rock nodes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit those buttons down below, and as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.